more I want it. The less you give to me, the more I want it. You push me back until I'm too.
She's really, really like everything you'd expect from such a big pop star, you know? She's so professional. She did all the vocals in about 20 minutes and we were like, right, what do we do now? Because we'd like scheduled out the whole day, you know? So yeah, she's amazing. And she did so many different versions. I was like, wow, I have so much vocal to go through to decide what I actually want it to be like, you know?
Drums.
If you don't know, the track Drums, it samples Justin Timberlake, Like I Love You. Now, I made it about 4 years ago, and I used to play it in my DJ sets, and I didn't think that we'd ever get Justin to give us permission to use his sample because we need to ask him if we want to use it. Now, we just waited around and kept improving the track, and then one day Justin actually heard it and he said, okay, this is actually fire, you know? So then he gave us permission, and the rest is history.
Never thought of it this way.
The less you give to me, the more I want it.
Stereohype was started as a way for us to connect deeper with the people who were watching our live streams, because we started Stereohype during COVID and we were like, okay, well, we talk to these people on the live stream, in the chat all the time. Why don't we put out some music so that when we play music, it's our music? And when we wear t-shirts, I'm not wearing one right now, but when we wear t-shirts, it's our t-shirt. So you'll see, like, if you come to the show that we're doing tonight, you'll see there's a ton of people wearing a Stereohype shirt. And it's kind of like an identity for all of the people who associate themselves with that world. I've got to shout out Cam because he runs the brand side of things. So he's the one doing all like the day-to-day stuff, and I'll just call him up like, bro, I've got an idea. We have to do this now, you know?
Drums.
There's some great like tech house producers from the USA that I'm really into. I don't know if trends is the word I would use, but I'm a big fan of Max Styler. I'm a big fan of Andros, not from the USA, I know. And then in the other kind of musical world, there's so many different producers coming out who are making slightly faster music, maybe not even 4/4, but and it's, for me right now, I still play very much 4/4, 130 BPM, but there's so many sounds that I hear in those other genres, and I'm like, oh wow, I could totally take this into my genre, you know? Things like more of the UKG sound, you know?
I used to dream about this. Never thought it would end up this way.
It's really simple. We love music, and like we don't have the same sound. We don't make songs that sound that similar. Like Medusa's sound is way more atmospheric and maybe melodic than mine is, and mine's more kind of jump up and down and scream. And when we come together, we both dive deep into our music collections, and we've both been doing this a long time. We've both been DJing all our lives, so we know a lot about music. And the first time I ever went back to back with Medusa, I was like, okay, like you're kind of good at this, aren't you? And I think he felt the same about playing with me, you know, because we both had these expectations of what it would be like to play with the other. And I think it wasn't like you had James Hype and Medusa just playing their own records. It was like you'd accessed a different version of James Hype and Medusa, you know, playing deeper from a record collection.
The more the less you give to me, the more I want it.
For sure, like it's people talk about 10,000 hours to be a master at something, and I think I've done 10,000 hours DJing. I haven't done the maths, and I think the same can be said for Medusa, you know.
No. I used to dream about this. Never thought it would end up this way.
It's 5,000 people with no phones, and I've never been a part of anything like that before. I played at a smaller club in Berlin, which is like 600 people, and there were no phones, and it was amazing. And everybody has these amazing stories about the 90s when there was no phones and the raves were totally different. So we're experimenting with it tonight, and I'm positive about it. I think it's going to be great, but it might be totally weird. I don't even know, but yeah, let's see. It's something different. No, I'm completely on the fence. Like I love phones. I wouldn't be in the position I am now without people taking videos of me performing. And I don't believe that anyone should be told you can't film this thing unless they were sort of pre-warned when buying the ticket. Like I think if you buy a ticket to a festival and then you get there and they say, by the way, you can't film, I don't agree with that, because I think somebody saves up their money and they make the journey. Then if they want to film, they should be allowed to film. So I don't think it's something that we would roll out to every show, but I think if we want to make it a special thing for one show, then I think the people who buy those tickets will be like, okay, I'm down for that, let's see how it goes.
Drums.
Musically, I want to keep releasing records that are true to my sound and my DJ set, that hopefully can cross over to a wider audience. And in terms of shows, you're going to see more Get Closer events around the world. You're going to see more Stereohype events. And I think you're just going to see me higher up festival lineups.
Never thought it would end up this way.
The less you give to me, the more I want it. You push